Welcome, everyone. Let's dive straight into this explainer breaking down France's absolute masterclass, a dominant 4-1 victory over Norway. This game wasn't just a win, it perfectly illustrated their terrifying attacking depth and honestly sparked a massive debate on tournament strategy.
To break this down, we've got four main areas on the agenda today. 1. Unpredictable elite attacking fluidity. 2. Rhythm versus squad harmony. 3. Midfield stability and defensive cracks. And 4. Surviving the knockout gauntlet. Let's jump right into Section 1, Unpredictable Elite Attacking Fluidity.
So, the story behind this massive number 4 on the scoreboard. Like I said, it wasn't just a simple win. It was a devastating showcase. We literally saw an attack that looks practically unbeatable when they're playing with confidence. I mean, they were taking the absolute mickey out of the defense with effortless chips and clever flicks early on in the match. And you really see why when you look at this terrifying depth. We're talking Kylian Mbappé, Ousmane Dembélé, Michael Olise, Bradley Barcola, and Desiree Doué. You could legitimately argue that Dembélé and Mbappé aren't even at their absolute best right now, simply because Michael Olise is out there making the game look incredibly silky and effortless. When guys who orchestrate pure magic at the club level are sitting 5th or 6th on your bench, that's an elite world-class arsenal. But as tactical analysts, we do have to ask, does having this many weapons create an over-reliance on individual brilliance rather than a cohesive tactical system?
Well, this lineup brilliantly illustrates why France is an absolute defensive nightmare. Look, historically, elite wingers, think Arjen Robben, were brilliant, but they were kind of predictable, right? You always knew he was going to cut inside on his left foot. But this French attack highlights a major tactical evolution. Every single one of their forwards is completely unpredictable and multidimensional. They can seamlessly cut inside or burn you on the outside, and they can do it with both feet.
Which brings us to the ultimate question for any defensive line out there. How in the world do you stop them? If you sit back defensively, they just have far too much quality on the ball. But if you try to take the game to them and press high, they will absolutely punish you with blistering speed on the counterattack. The short answer? You honestly can't, especially when players like Dembélé are finding this brand new level of efficiency and maturity. Our sources highlight that since reuniting with Luis Enrique at his club, Dembélé has seemingly been freed from his inferiority complex toward Mbappé. So now, while Mbappé serves as this massive gravitational pull that terrifies defensive lines and dictates movement, Dembélé is stepping up to exploit all that empty space. He's acting as a ruthless finisher, netting a brilliant first-half hat-trick, rather than just a flashy wide artist. All right, moving on to Section 2, Rhythm versus Squad Harmony. Now, what we're looking at here is a classic managerial dilemma. It's the pursuit of pure tournament momentum versus managing squad harmony over a long, grueling competition. Do you play your starting lineup to keep match intensity red hot, or do you prioritize the long-term benefits of squad harmony by resting your stars to keep the fringe players happy and injury-free? Well, the contrast in this match was stark. France essentially played their absolute best 11 to crush the group and maintain an unstoppable rhythm. Meanwhile, Norway completely rested their megastars like Haaland and Martin Ødegaard. Norway effectively accepted that they wouldn't win the group in a one-off match against France, trading that opportunity in exchange for rest and team harmony. And let me tell you, that decision ignited a firestorm among analysts. As noted in the sources, some view Norway's heavy rotation as a deeply defeatist strategy. One commentator put it perfectly with this frankly savage quote, "This is not a very Viking attitude, is it? You're rowing away from the challenge." By rotating so heavily, the argument goes, they threw away the chance to top the group and truly test themselves against the tournament favorites. Which leads us to Section 3, Midfield Stability and Defensive Cracks. Choosing not to rotate your elite squad and maintaining that high-octane attack definitely comes with immense physical demands. And this quote from Dembélé perfectly bridges our analysis. He explicitly stated that if he doesn't track back, the coach will simply drop him. The entire attacking line, all the way up to Mbappé, has completely bought into tracking back and working hard off the ball. It's a true collective effort now, not just a team of individuals playing for themselves. But because those forwards push so aggressively high up the pitch, the crucial point here is that the midfield anchor has to be absolutely flawless. They rely heavily on players like Tchouaméni and Rabiot to continuously drop back, compensate for the space left behind, and secure the defense against quick counterattacks. Without that midfield stability, the whole system falls apart.
Yet, despite their utter dominance, there are tiny cracks starting to show. And this is what you should really take away from this tactical breakdown. I mean, they conceded a goal to Norway's reserves, they gave up a second-half penalty that required a massive save from Maignan, and tactically, there are looming question marks on the flanks regarding Jules Kounde's current form on the right, and an ongoing debate between Hernandez and Digne at left back.
Finally, Section 4, Surviving the Knockout Gauntlet.
The true test for Dembélé and this relentless French momentum strategy is proving it when the margins are razor thin. Lighting up a heavily rotated Norwegian side in the group stage is fantastic for sure, but producing that exact same efficiency and magic against elite, locked-in defenses, that is what separates good teams from legends. Let's map out their path. Next week, they face a tricky tie against Sweden in the round of 16. If they clear that, they're looking at a potential heavyweight quarterfinal clash against Germany. And looking even further ahead, there's the massive logistical challenge of settling into the heat and adjusting to an indoor stadium environment in Dallas. It doesn't get any easier from here.
So I'll leave you with this final, provocative thought to ponder. With an attack this historically potent and completely unpredictable, is it just a matter of time before France lifts the trophy? Or will the sheer physical toll of their relentless, non-rotating momentum strategy eventually backfire and expose those lingering defensive cracks under the immense pressure of the knockout gauntlet? Think about that as you watch the next round. Thanks for joining this explainer, and keep analyzing the beautiful game.